Hey guys, it's Mimi. Okay, so we're going to read Alexander and the Terrible, Horrible, No Good, Very Bad Day book tonight, written by Judith Viorst. Alexander's having a really rough day. And, well, sometimes we all wake up with really rough days. So we don't want to necessarily be nice to people, or we don't want to do what our mommies and daddies say. But we should still try because, well, a no good, terrible, horrible, very bad day is only going to be one day, and then tomorrow's going to be a good day. Just have to make it happen. So, Alexander and the Terrible, Horrible, No Good, Very Bad Day. And when you hear me get ready to say it with me. I went to sleep with gum in my mouth, and now there's gum in my hair. And when I got out of bed this morning, I tripped on a skateboard, and by mistake, I dropped my sweater in the sink while the water was running. And I could tell it was going to be, say it with me, a terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day. Now, if you don't want to have a bad day like Alexander, if you're not going to put your skateboard away, you probably are going to trip on it. So put that away before you go to bed. Put your drum set. Put your clothes in your dresser drawer. Put your shoes where they belong. Put your train away. That way you don't trip on it and you don't start off with a very bad day. You start off with a good day. So clean your room before you go to bed every night. At breakfast, Anthony found a Corvette Stingray car kit in his breakfast cereal box, and Nick found a junior undercover agent code ring in his breakfast cereal box. But in my breakfast cereal, all I found was breakfast cereal. I think I'll move to Australia. Well, that's kind of sad, but sometimes we just don't get the prize. And that's okay. Maybe our brothers will share with us. In the carpool, Mrs. Gibson let Becky have a seat by the window. Audrey and Elliot got seats by the window too. I said I was being scrunched. I said I was being smooshed. I said if I don't get a seat by the window, I'm gonna be car sick. No one even answered. See? And Alexander's right in the middle right here, getting all squished. I could tell, say it with me, it was going to be a terrible, horrible, what's the next one? No good, very bad day. Good job, everybody. At school, Mrs. Dickens liked Paul's picture of the sailboat better than my picture of the invisible castle. And at singing time, she said I sang too loud. And at counting time, she said I left out 16. Who needs 16? I could tell it was going to be a terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day. I could tell because Paul said I wasn't his best friend anymore. He said that Philip Parker was his best friend and that Albert Mayo was his next best friend and that I was only his third best friend. I hope you sit on a tack, I said to Paul. I hope the next time you get double-decker strawberry ice cream cone with the ice cream falls apart off the cone part and lands in Australia. It's not very nice. I know his feelings were hurt, but you still shouldn't hurt other people's feelings because you got yours hurt. You should be like, okay, I'll make a new best friend somewhere else. There are 2 cupcakes in Philip Parker's lunch bag, and Albert got a Hershey bar with almonds, and Paul's mother gave him a piece of a jelly roll that had a little coconut sprinkles on top. Guess whose mother forgot to put dessert? Say it with me. It's a terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day. Moms, this is very important. You must put dessert in all lunch boxes every day. And when there's no school, everybody should get lunch and then have dessert before quiet time. Quiet time is when you go and you lay in your own bed and you read some books quietly so you can take a little time for yourself and mom can have some time to herself too. Everybody should take quiet time. including moms and dads. Here's our next picture. That's what it was, because after school, my mom took us all to the dentist, and Dr. Fields found a cavity just in me. Come back next week and I'll fix it, said Dr. Fields. Next week, I'm going to Australia. On the way downstairs to the elevator door, closed on my foot while we were waiting for my mom to get to the car. Anthony made me fall where there was muddy, and then I started to cry because of the mud, and Nick said I was a crybaby. We'll get this picture closer. Look at that one. And sometimes it's okay to cry. But loud crying and screaming, that's never okay. It's never going to make you feel better. But a little bit of crying with some tears and some noise, a little bit of noise, it's okay. Even boys cry. It's okay. While I was punching Nick for saying I was a crybaby, my mom came back to the car and scolded me for being muddy and in a fight. Moms, don't think you know what happened. Ask first and then yell. Children, we're sorry we yell sometimes. Our next picture. I'm having, say it with me, a terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day. I told everybody. Nobody would even answer. Sometimes we say things and we feel like nobody's listening. So when we went to the shoe store to buy some sneakers, Anthony chose white ones with blue stripes, and Nick chose red ones with white stripes, and I chose blue ones with red stripes. But then the shoe store man said, we're sold out. They made me buy a plain old white ones, but they can't make me wear them. That sometimes happens. And it's sad, but sometimes we should just be thankful we have shoes. When we picked up my dad at his office, he said I couldn't play with his copy machine, but I forgot. He also said I had to watch out for books on his desk, and I was careful as I could be, except my elbow. He said, don't fool around with the phone, but I think I called Australia. My dad said, please, don't pick me up anymore. It was, say it with me, a terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day. Poor Dad. There were lima beans for dinner, and I hate lima beans. There was kissing on television, and I hate kissing. Kissing. My bath was too hot. I got soap in my eyes. My marble went down the drain, and I had to wear my railroad pajamas. I hate my railroad pajamas. When I went to bed, Nick took the pillow he said I could keep, and my Mickey Mouse light burned out, and I bit my tongue. And my cat wants to sleep with Anthony, not me. It has been, say it with me, a terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day. My mom said, some days are like that. Even in Australia. So it doesn't matter where we move to, some days are just going to be terrible, horrible, no good, very bad days. But we can always make a choice to make a good day tomorrow. Love you guys. Bye.